Hello, Chidema. Good to see you here.
Hi, hi, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure that the students join us live. So I'm thinking I've dropped a comment, guys. You just go through the comments and click on the link and join us. The reason why we use StreamYard is to ensure that, especially for this first class, from my experiences organizing free sessions like this, is because we don't want to be asking people to mute themselves over and over again. And because of that, there will be, we waste a lot of time doing that. So if you are listening to us right now, make sure you increase the resolution of your YouTube so that you can actually listen to us clearly. You can also watch whatever we are going to show you. I'm sure some of you already know how this works here on this platform. So yeah, I just thought I should make that brief announcement and then disappear. So if you want to join us live here, we can take 4 people. Check the link in the comment section. Okay, I see some people are already here. Okay, the thing is, you have to make sure that your background is not noisy if you are joining us live. So I'm not going to take anyone with a noisy background. And you see, that's the reason why we are using this platform. Imagine having to tell everyone here to kind of mute. That's going to take a lot of time. So let's see if we can wait for more students to join, and maybe in 5 or 2 minutes we can start. Okay, someone is making a hell of a noise. Uh, need to remove that person. Yeah, so Chidema, I think you're up.
Okay, thank you very much. Not sure. Let me try and see if I can turn on my camera. Okay, thank you for all the people who are live here with me. I can see Clem Sotochere, Udeme Uduka, Chidima, Anakwenza, First Lady Elizabeth. I love First Ladies. Now, the First Lady I love is called Michelle Obama. So welcome very much everyone to this session. Can you all confirm that you can hear me okay? Those in the chat, can you
Yes, we
put in
can
something in
hear.
the chat? Thank you very much, who's on stage. If you can hear me in the chat, can I see a yes, a thumbs up? If you can hear and see me all right. Anyone, can you hear me? Those
Yes.
that are not on stage, those that are not on stage, those who are in the, what will I call it now, general market. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, me, Miriam, Jamie, Oyindamola, Tochi, Saladin Ramat. Oh, sorry, I didn't pronounce that well. Okay, thank you. So it's good to be here with you this beautiful summer afternoon. Where I live is an afternoon where I am, so I don't know what it is where you are. Wherever it is, it's so good to be here. My name is Chimdema, and I am a data analyst. I used to be a biomedical scientist before I switched courses, switched career paths into data analysis. So currently, I work as a data analyst and I am a career coach as well. And so this afternoon, I am here to take us through an introductory session to Excel, Microsoft Excel, which Dahel Techies has graciously chosen to expose us to over a period of weeks, all free of charge. Mr. David, I hope I'm right. This is a free session, isn't it? The Excel classes
Ab-
are totally free.
Absolutely, 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 it is.
This this is just mind blowing. It's just mind blowing because personally, I teach Excel, and sorry, I don't teach it free of charge. And I don't do group classes. I do private classes. I do premium classes. So I teach individual people. And no, I can never, ever teach it free of charge. And so Mr. David and the health techies have graciously chosen to do this. And it's something that deserves national recommendation. And for you two who have decided, to upskill and bring yourself to be here, you should be proud already because it means that you take your life very seriously. So I warmly welcome you to this session. And in this session, between now and the next couple of minutes and a few hours now, we will be exploring what Microsoft Excel is about. Why do you have to do it? Why it's important? And what is it that you're looking to get out of it? Well, before we dive in straight into this, I can see that we have so many people here on the call, and it's just amazing to know how many people are willing to take this opportunity and upskill. So I would like to meet us. I would like to meet us as much as I can so I can know the people that I am on this call with. So after I've met you, you will also get to know a little bit about me. I know I've already talked about it a little, so I want you to put in the chat, in the comments section. I want you to know your name, where you are listening to me from, and what you do. So your name, where you're listening to me from, and what you do. So if it's me, in the comment section, you see Chimdima Onwebu. I live in the United Kingdom and I am a data analyst. So can I have that in the comment section, everyone? I'll be reading through and getting to know who we are. So thank you, Vicky. I need to know where you are listening to, where you're listening in from, and what you do. Okay, now part of the things I look out for in my students, because if you're trying to upskill means you're also trying to grow. I've seen like 10 people respond to me, but out of the 10, only 2 people have given me what I want. So you need also the ability to follow instructions. So I gave specific instructions what I wanted to see, name, where you're listening in from, and what you do. So thank you for all the people so far. Omotola, a student. Sandra, an accountant from Abuja. Mfone Fiong from United Arab Emirates, a telemarketer. I have a HR practitioner here, Ekpono Domingo from Lagos. I have Juliet Williams watching from Lagos, a lab scientist. I used to be a lab scientist too. Hi, Juliet. Walatunjo Indamola from Anambra State. Ishola just finished NYSC. Great. Anna is listening from Makodi and is an admin staff. Linda, you didn't tell me where you're listening from. Linus Ruth from Cross River State. Roland from Plateau, a banker. Oh my God. I just have a mix of people here. I have teachers here. I have customer service officers. I have healthcare givers. I have farmers. I have administrators. I have academic researchers. I have freelance journalists. I have administrative assistants. I have bankers. I have I have meteorologist. Boy, I'm blown. I have an infantry officer, a plastic surgeon, Ayo Dele from Saudi Arabia. I have here a business administrator from Ogun State. I have a customer relationship officer all the way from Nigeria, Mesoma Carlo. I have here with me an optometrist. Wow, my sister is an optometrist. I have an accountant. I have civil servants. I have a fashionista. Isiamaka Uchenna. Well done. I have a maritime professional in the maritime industry. I have someone here who is a civil servant. Oh, great, great, awesome. Thank you so much, everyone who has put in whether an ICT instructor from Rivers State, a zonal sales manager. Wow. Awesome. A sales promoter, a project manager from Lagos, a fashion designer all the way from Akwa Ibom State, a mechanical engineer from Lagos. Thank you so much, everyone. A nurse in Maryland, USA, Damola, you're welcome. A recruitment officer, a legal practitioner all the way from Lagos. I have Oluchi, who is from Abia State and is a teacher. I have a financial dispute resolution officer from Lagos, Ogundele Justina. I've got an admin manager all the way from Uyo. I've also got so many people. It's just amazing to see the kind of people who are here, the mix of people who are here. I was going to say I'm going to be intimidated, but I'm not. I'm not going to be. I mean, it's a privilege, rather. It's an honor. It's an absolute honor of mine to be here and speaking to all these wonderful people doing wonderful things wherever they are, and also looking at trying to improve on their skills. I used to be, like I said before, thank you so much for sharing that with me. So a little bit about me while you keep that coming. An undergraduate from Delta State, a business owner. I also have here Daniel from Kano. I have somebody here from Angola. I have somebody here from Ikiti State. So thank you. Please keep that coming. And so while you drop that in, I'll tell a little bit about myself as well. So I used to be a biomedical scientist. I read biomedical science from University of Nigeria and I graduated. I spent the first 11 years of my life working as a biomedical scientist or medical lab scientist in Nigeria before I left for the UK, where I came to do my master's again in biomedical sciences. And after my master's in biomedical science, I felt I needed to do something a bit different with my life because my circumstances had changed. And so I came to Dahel Techies just like you have come at this time to upskill. So I also came to Dahel Techies to upskill. And the very first thing I learned when I came to Dahel Techies to upskill to become a data analyst was exactly what you're here to learn today, which is Microsoft Excel. It was the very first thing I learned with Dahel. And then afterwards, I went on to Clem, can you please put your microphone on mute? Thank you very much. Clem to Twitter, thank you. So after I had learned Excel, I also went on to learn a couple of other tools that qualified me to become a data analyst, and that's what I am doing today. So today, I'm a practicing data analyst, a senior data analyst with NHS England. I'm a wife and a mother of three children. So, in case at any point you begin to hear somebody banging on my door, I have a 2 year old, and you know what they say about terrible twos. So, if anybody's banging at my door at any time, please forgive me. So, I have a full time job as a data analyst, and I work from home majorly because that helps me be able to balance my work with my or integrate my work with my life so that I'm not all work and I'm not all life. I'm able to balance them both. I'm very active on social media where I use social media to build my brand, share my trade, talk about what I know about Excel and about other things I do as a data analyst. I also use my social media to brand myself as a career coach, which I am, and try to talk about the things that I am doing as a career coach. So, in my capacity here today, I am here as two things. Three things actually. First, as an alumni of the Health Techies. And so if you're looking at me, you're looking at a product of the Health Techies. So out of what I am sharing with you today, 80% of everything I'm going to be sharing with you today, the foundation of it came from starting from where you are at the time. So I am here in my capacity to tell of as an ex-student of the health techies to give you a perspective into what you have just started out to do. And then I'm also here in my capacity as a data analyst to share with you my day-to-day experiences with Microsoft Excel and to let you understand what you will be getting out of it if you decide to continue using it. I'm also here in my capacity as a career coach personally and with the health techies as well, to help you also maximize whatever it is you're going to learn here and understand that there is a career path for you, either a fresh one or how you can improve on what you are currently doing, whether as an admin manager, as a banker, as a legal practitioner, as a salesperson, as a project manager, as a teacher, as a student, whatever it is you're doing, there is a place for you. There's a place for Microsoft Excel in your life. So that's a brief explanation or a brief introduction of myself to you. And thank you very much for those who keep sending in who they are. And so before we proceed, I'm going to be having a little bit of an icebreaker with us. I'm going to ask us a little question. And sorry, those who are in the private chat, I didn't get to read yours. So Clems is a freelancer in Nigeria, and Chidema is from United States. Chidema, you didn't tell us what you do. You didn't mention what you do. Mayowa Mistura, you didn't tell us what you do. Uyime Ekere, you didn't tell us what you do. Those of us who are in the private, I didn't forget you. Okay, so to help us understand each other better today, I'm going to ask us a very simple question. I usually ask it a lot when I'm in classes with students. So, if you're leaving your house, if you're leaving your house, what can't you be seen without? What is it that you can't leave your house if you don't have it? What can't you be seen without? So can I have that in the comment section, everybody? Let me know. Um, Let me get to understand us a little bit. What can't you be seen without? What can't you leave your house without? Ibrahim says his phone. I see them. I'm never surprised. Phone is taking away our everybody phone. My mobile phone. And then it makes me ask, what happened? How our fathers in those days, how were they living? Phone, handbag. Oh wow. Money. Mistura, you cannot be caught without money. Nobody can try to keep you stranded on the way. I'm sure you're a lady like me. I can also leave the house without money. Nobody will come and reduce my steez, I beg. Mobile phone and money. House key. Okay. Money. So most people can't go out without their phone. I can't leave the house without my phone and my sunshades. Oh, wow. Okay. My phone and my iPods, clothes and shoes, my ID card, ATM card, and phone. My sense. Teresa, sense will not kill you, my sister. You cannot leave the house without your sense. Of course. How are you going to leave the house without your sense? Eh? It's not possible, I beg. Your sense is more important than mobile phone. My purse, my mobile phone and my purse, my handbag. I can't remember the last time I went out. Okay, handbag. I don't even carry handbag. Maybe these people calling handbag is either you've passed the age of childbearing or all your children are grown or you don't have any at all. We don't do handbag. We just cross bag and carry knapsack where I come from. Laptop, Bible, books. Oh, wow, that's great. The person with laptop, Bible, books. So if you step out to go buy okra from somewhere, you must, as in across the street, you carry laptop and Bible and books. Okay. A big smile. Oh, wow, that's nice. My wristwatch, money, and phone. I can't leave the house without my keys. Ugwebu Gospel. Sorry, Mr. David. Okay, he's not. He's in the outside chat. You would have asked Ugwebu Gospel to sing the new national anthem. He said he cannot leave the house without the new national anthem. If we ask you to sing the new national anthem for us now, would you be able to sing it? My laptop and music
Even
connect.
myself, I don't know.
Okay, thank you very much. So it's my steez. Messi, she can say she can't
Exactly.
live without her steez. He's well with us. So I even heard the national anthem for the first time when it was there rumored. I don't know. All the people that already know how to sing this national anthem, they are elders. All of them are elders. Okay, thank you so much for sharing that. So we can see that most of us here, can't leave the house without our phone. And that tells us how important, how deep our phones have come to be a part of our lives. And I mean, I was telling somebody the other day, I posted a reel yesterday and I was like, our phones have become so much part of our lives and we are on social media all the time, and then we are using our data to be on social media. So it's best that whatever it is you're doing with your phone is valuable. Make sure that that phone that you're always carrying about, make sure that it has a way of putting money in your pocket too, or else. or else it's just a waste of property. Personally, for Chimde, I cannot leave the house without my glasses and myself. Two things. I can't leave the house without my glasses and myself. I can leave the house without my phone. I can leave the house without money. I maybe it's because of where I live. You see, I can leave the house without all these things and I won't get lost. I'll always be able to find my way, but I can't leave the house without my glasses. Okay, that's fine. Thank you so much everyone for sharing that with me. So let's dive in straight into what we have for this today. Introduction to Microsoft Excel. Now, what exactly is Microsoft Excel? What is it? I'll personally say it's a tool. And when I call it a tool, it is just that tool that you know. Don't worry, I'm not sharing any slides or anything. So just listen to me talk. Um, a tool is just like the tool you know. So as a teacher, you have a tool. A lot of us here are teachers. And what are the tools that a teacher uses? Anybody? What are the tools that a teacher, what are the tools a teacher uses? Just one or two people put it in the chat box for me. What tools does a teacher use? A pen, good. The teacher uses a pen, that's a tool. Another tool, I need three tools that the teacher uses. A book. Another tool, writing materials. Chalk, good. So the tool a teacher uses are pen, a book, a blackboard or a projector, depending on the steez of the school. You see, a chalk and a blackboard or a whiteboard, a marker, if it's maybe in the university or depending on how the school is. These are the tools a teacher uses for their job. Now, if you're a mechanic, for example, I saw somebody who said he was a mechanical engineer, or the normal mechanic we know that repair our cars and our motorcycles and whatever. What are the tools that they use? They have spanners, they have jack, they have all of that. You see, so that's the tool. If you're a fashionista, so those who said, they are fashionistas here, what are the tools that you use? You have your sewing machine, you have your thread, you have your needle, you have your tools. So that's exactly what it is. That's what Microsoft Excel is. A tool that is used to manage information. And the information, yes, a measuring tape, thank you. Those are part of the things that a fashionista or a tailor, a seamstress would use. Thank you. Please, thank you for sharing that. So Microsoft Excel is a tool that is used to manage information. And the information that you use Microsoft Excel to manage is called data. Now, one will now want to ask, what is data? Data is not that thing you buy from MTN or Glo. Sorry, apologies to those of us who are not Nigerian. Sorry, I don't know what you call it where you live. So data is not that thing you buy from MTN or Glo. What you buy from MTN, Glo, or Airtel, it is a lot. Those things are called data bundle. You buy that so that you can have access to the internet, so that you can consume data. I'll say that again. You buy data bundle from your internet provider so that you can have access to the internet, where you then go ahead to consume data. So data are simply pieces of information scattered everywhere. Just like what we've been doing here. You've given me a lot of information here. So in this chat box alone, I've got loads of data. I've got data on names. I've got data on occupation. I've got data on location. I've got data on our specific interests, like things you can't leave the house without. Now, if everybody here comes on camera, so everybody turns on their camera, I could also get data on gender by, now, forgive me, gender is now a very touchy issue, but by looking at your face, I can assume, that because looking at me now, you will assume I'm a female. But then, if I don't tell you I'm a female, then I'm not a female. I can decide and tell you I'm anything. I can tell you I'm a dog. Doesn't matter whether I'm wearing hair and whatever. But, based on what we know gender as male and female, I can't group everybody here. If we come on camera, I can group us all as male and female. So you see, data is everywhere around us, and we gather them every day by the things we hear. If you know how many gigabytes of data you have collected today alone, like today alone, right from when you woke up, it's amazing. Because I'm sure when you woke up this morning, most of us have been on Instagram, we've been on Twitter, we've been on LinkedIn, we've been on Facebook, we've been on Snapchat, we've been on TikTok, we've watched several videos, we've heard several things that have happened today. We've maybe watched the news. If you're like my husband, who is always glued to the news, you've watched the news, you've heard what happened in America, you've heard about the debate between Biden and Joe Biden and what's this our brother again? Who watched the debate again? Biden
Trump, Trump.
and Trump. Thank you. You watched the debate between Biden and Trump. You've got a lot of information about what's going on in America, what's going on in Afghanistan, what's going on in China, what's going on in UK, what's going on. If you're living in Lagos, you found out something happened in Makurdi. You've gathered a lot of data today. You see. Now, what do you do with all of the data that you get? It's up to you. But if you're ever going to have to do anything at all with the data, thank you very much, Trump. If you have to do anything at all with the data that you have gathered, then you need a tool, right? You need a tool that you would use to work on that data so that it can make sense to you. And that is where Microsoft Excel comes in. So it is that tool that is provided or crafted by Microsoft. Is a spreadsheet that helps us manage these pieces of information that are scattered everywhere so that it can begin to make sense, business sense, economic sense, legal sense, marital sense, project, whatever sense it is that you want it to make to you. And so in today's world, irrespective of what you do, irrespective of your career path, irrespective of your niche, as long as you are making use of data, as long as you're either producing, consuming, having access to data, then you need a tool to manage that data. And your go-to tool to manage that data in in every sector is Excel. So as a legal practitioner, you need Excel. You have clients. You would want to find out what kind of, because sometimes you may sit back and say, okay, I know who my clients are. They are majorly females, or they are majorly males, or they are majorly living in Lagos, or they are majorly living in Makurdi, or those are speculations. You need hard facts. And when you're able to have hard facts about your clients, it helps you plan better. Planning better in the sense that you have an idea how many clients you can have in a month. You don't leave things to chance. So with a tool like Microsoft Excel, which we are going to explore as we keep going, this is just an introduction. So using the legal practitioner, because I know I had some of them here, you would be able to, have data about the names of your clients, where they're coming from, what their age range is, what their job is, clearly written out somewhere. And Excel is that tool that helps you gather all of those pieces of information about them. And then you can sit back in your office and begin to go through them, and you say, okay, now I have this number of people. I have 2 or 3 people in a week. Okay, I want to increase this number. Now, what do I do to increase it? But when you do not have a tool that helps you organize that, you wouldn't be able to know if you could be doing better than you're doing at the time. As a teacher, if you're a teacher and you do not use Microsoft Excel, you're so living in the 1970s. 1970s even close. You're like living in the Stone Age. If you're a teacher here, or you are a HR personnel, and you're still using pen and paper to calculate student results, to calculate attendance, assessments, to calculate grades, oh, you are so living yesterday. On my Facebook page, about long time ago, I hammered a lot on teachers because I was trying to get them to learn how to use Excel, and I asked I did a social poll and asked, how long does it take you, after exams, to put together your students' scores and give them their final grades? A lot of people told me, some said 10 days, some said 2 weeks, some said it depends, because after doing it and you submit it, the head teacher might go through it and then see their mistakes. And then you now come back and you have to change it all over again. So it all depends. And I'm like, wow, what a waste of time. Because you can actually sum up all your student scores, both their attendance. So I used to be a lecturer, so I know this. Both their attendance, so their test assessment, so their exam, score up everything. You can actually do everything in less than 30 minutes. Yes. You can actually do all of that in less, like exam ends today, by tomorrow you've submitted your scores with a 99.99% accuracy. Let's leave the 0.01 to God. Somebody asked me here, what can you do with it as a farmer? A lot. A lot. You need to know. You need to know what crops you are producing, right? You may know that at the top of your head, but you need to be able to sit down with it, with hard facts, and look into it. You need to know what crops you're producing, in what quantity you're producing them, what returns you got at the end of the month from it. What was the cost price of this particular farming season? What was the return on investment, like your revenue you got, and then your profit? You have all these things. We are going to look at shortly. I'm going to open an Excel file, and then we look at it, and then we see how we can structure all these things in a way that you can then sit back like a CEO, place your leg on a table, and then be flipping through your phone if it's on your phone, or going through your laptop and then looking through what you have done. The difference between you as a tailor, when I told you I run private Excel classes. So I once had a class, I once held a private class with a tailor. The person is a tailor. He lives in Aba. So he's doing well for himself. I won't say he's a millionaire or billionaire, but he's doing well for himself. At the end of my class, when we were done, I helped him. We got an Excel file and we created some kind of inventory, a mini automated sheet where he was able to, put together columns and fields and different sheets for his customers, for his staff to get the attendance, to now another sheet for his revenue, and how he could manage everything. I remember he had gone through my Excel class, so he now has information on how to, after all that data has been gathered, he now knows how to manage them. And then he was like, I'm now feeling like a CEO. I was like, you've always been a CEO. I guess you just feel different now. Because now he now has a structure where anybody comes in with Excel as a tool, they gather information on their clients. And at the end of every week, he will sit down and cross his leg. And with his laptop, he can be going through everything. He can put charts, insert charts, and look at it and like, okay, so this is how we've done. CEO, no pass like that. Tony Elumelu no pass like that. You see, so even as a tailor, Microsoft, it doesn't matter what your job is. He says, as a teacher, I don't compute results. The IT department does that. How else can I use Excel? Well, the IT department does that because they know how to use Excel. So why don't you upgrade? Do you think, okay, do you think you're paid more as a teacher than the IT department is being paid? I doubt. So why don't you learn it and upgrade and go work in the IT department and be paid more? I don't want to jump the gun because this is also part of what I have for you down the line. So it doesn't matter. The point I'm trying to make is that it doesn't matter the career path you are in. You need Microsoft Excel because it is that one tool that you need to be able to gather and process information in a way that it can make business sense to you. Now, Microsoft Excel seems to be, it's not seems to be, because as a career coach, I have dealt with, people in different career paths. I'm always on LinkedIn looking at jobs, looking at what the market is saying, knowing what tools are being required by different organizations for different roles. And Microsoft Excel is a consistent, even those who do not spell it out. When my clients go for interviews, part of the things they come back to tell me is that at least 3 out of 5 of them will come back to tell me, they asked me whether I know how to use Excel. I was like, okay, but they didn't mention it in the job description. So you see, Microsoft Excel is the most valuable tool anybody who wants to make any progress at all in this 21st century must know. Is the most valuable tool ever, yet it is grossly underrated in the information technology sector. It is the most, quote me anywhere. I'm a data analyst. I work as a data analyst. I have knowledge around Microsoft Excel, SQL, Tableau, Power BI, Python, and a whole, lot of other tools. But I can single-handedly tell you that for most organizations, except those who are specifically into AI, big data, that may now be tending more towards Python. But even at that, they still use spreadsheets most times, except of course, they are scraping data directly from a website. So if you're not, you still need spreadsheets, understanding of spreadsheets to help you navigate even the big data using, other tools like Python or R or C# and all of that. So Microsoft Excel remains the most valuable and the most versatile tool anybody who wants to make any headway at all in the 21st century information technology boom. It is one tool that you must have in your kitty, but it is grossly underrated. And people who underrate Microsoft Excel are majorly people who do not understand the power, the value, and the capacity that Microsoft Excel has in managing data. I had this classmate. He wasn't my client per se, but because he was under classmates, so he was coming to me when he was preparing for his job interview. And he always sees me talk about Excel. He doesn't know Excel, like no Excel. He's more of a Python and R and C# person. So he came to me and he was like, "You're always talking about Excel. What is it about this Excel?" I was like, "Okay, come, let's sit down. Let's talk about data analysis," because he was going for a data analyst role. Okay, so you're going for a data analyst role, right? Yes. And you don't know, you're not good at Microsoft Excel. You're banking on the fact that you know Python and R very well. Oh yeah, tell me exactly what you do with Python and R. Let me tell you what I can do with Microsoft Excel. And we found out that apart from writing codes and deploying them, into systems. Every other thing he could do with Python, I do comfortably with Excel, especially when it comes to statistical analysis. And personally, now this might be a little above you but it's fine. You just need to hear it. I know how to use Python. I know how to use Excel. But in my workplace, I've done an experiment because I do a lot of statistical analysis. If you're a student or a researcher here, and after this class, if after you've done this training for 1 month, if you do not get any other job, go to the university, and any final year students you see, tell them to pay you to do their project analysis for them. Why would they go to pay somebody 50,000 for something they can do in less than 5 minutes? After this class, you already have a job. If you understand part of the things you're going to learn from Mr. David, I don't know whether regression analysis, we're going to look into the curriculum. If regression analysis is part of what you're going to learn, you already have a job. Just enter any university, be all the final year students there, and do their the data analysis part of their project for them, and collect 20,000, 50,000, put in your pocket. I don't know what they are charging now. In my own time, they were charging as much as 50,000, and that was as far back as 2009. You see, so I've mentioned that. Okay, I was trying to tell you the importance of Excel, right? So I do a lot of statistical analysis in my job as a data analyst. Now, one day, because I don't really see the need of using Python personally, I don't like doing lots of codings, even though I know how to do them. So one day I decided to, do a double check the statistics I've done. So I used Microsoft Excel to do my job, to do the statistical analysis I needed to do as a task in my job. And then I used the same data, imported it into Python library, and then did the statistical analysis again with Python. And the results I got were not statistically different. And that again validates the fact that Microsoft Excel is a grossly underrated yet highly valuable tool in every sector. Now, excuse me, what can you use Microsoft Excel to do? First, you can use it to list and organize your data. I'm going to open an Excel sheet later, and we'll look at what it looks like for those of us who've never seen an Excel sheet before. So you can use it to list your data and organize it. What does this mean? As I do analysis for students, but I mostly use SPSS as a tool. SPSS is fine. I mean, it's designed for statistical analysis, and that's fine. But then SPSS needs some special learning skills, and SPSS is not what's the word now? What's the one I'm looking for? It's not versatile. Not everyone will have access to SPSS as a tool, but almost everyone would have access to Microsoft Excel as a tool. And whatever regression it is, statistical analysis you did with SPSS, you can do with Excel. Mention them: correlation, Pearson correlation, regression, whatever the regression is, whether it's linear or you're doing what was it called, ANOVA, you're doing t-test, you're doing whatever it is you're doing, that you want to do with SPSS, you can do with Excel. And while SPSS is great because it is fashioned mainly for statistical analysis, but if you have the data analysis tool pack and import it into your Excel, you're good to go. And I can assure you the results will not be any different. You see, so first thing you do with Excel is to list and organize your data. Let's use a teacher as an example of how you can list and organize your data in Excel. Now, while I'm using a teacher, okay, I've used teachers a lot. Let me use a lab scientist. You have a lab scientist here, right? Who is that lab scientist? Can you say I saw a lab scientist? Let me be partial. That's my colleague, Alota Continua. So let's use a lab scientist, for example, or if that's going to be a bit abstract, let me use Let me continue. Now, when I'm saying this, I want you to begin to picture yourself in your current job. Juliet, thank you. Now, I want you to begin to picture yourself in whatever it is you're doing now. As I begin to make this explanation, to begin to picture your job. Please use sales representative. Okay, sales representative. As I'm saying this now, begin to picture what it is that you do as a sales representative. It's going to be the same thing. So I'm trying to talk about Excel and how you can use it to list and organize data, right? Now, list. You have clients, or you have the people you sell your things as a sales representative. As a lab scientist, you have patients, as we call them. So when you open an Excel spreadsheet, it has columns. Columns just like teachers, where you have a book and then you use a ruler to rule it so that everything will be in its own straight line. Yeah, you don't need a pen and a paper. You don't need ruler. Excel has done all of that for you. So instead of when you use a pen and paper and then you make a rule so that you can have a column where you can write name, where you can write this, where you can write this. Excel already has that for you. So you can now put the name of your clients in one column. And then you can put their age in another column. That's you listing data. Even if you're a lawyer, your clients. You're an accountant, your clients. You're a project manager, your projects. So you have a column where you can list all their names. You have a column where you can list all their age, where you can list all their gender, where you can list all their whatever that you need to help you. And then you can now have another column where you list the tests that you have recommended for them to do. Everything is organized. So that when you look at one person, you can see everything about them in one glance. Their name, their age, where they come from, the test recommended for them, their results. Everybody's thing is lined. Use it to list the data, use it to list your data, and use it to organize it. So it doesn't matter whether, whatever it is you do, Excel helps you to list and organize your data. I remember my explanation around data earlier. Data is not what you buy from MTN. It is those pieces of information that you're using to do whatever it is you do in your job. Now, you can also use Excel to present the data that you have listed and organized. Remember the example I gave you about the person I took on a private Excel class who was a tailor. And then, we created a sample sheet together, and then we put in some data in there. So we put in things like clients that came, what they came for, those who came to make senator, those who came to make senator shirts, trousers. We made a mini data like that, and then how much they paid, and then the dates that they came. So we made a little data of about 10 rows, and then we put it into a chart. And the guy was wild. That was when he told me, almost see no pass like this. So that data that you have listed and organized, Excel helps you to present it either as a chart or as a table. And these are part of the things you're going to be learning in this free Excel class. Now, you can also do something more with that data. You can go ahead and analyze and transform it. This is also part of what you're going to be doing. How do you analyze and transform? This is like a step higher now. So let's say that you have you're a sales representative. Let me use the salespeople so that they won't be sad. Sorry, let me take a drink of water. So let's use the salesperson as an example here now. Okay. So the salesperson has listed all the. I used to do sales before. I've done so many things in my life, Shao. I used to do sales. I used to sell medication. We call it drugs in Nigeria, but you can't come here and be calling it drugs. I'm looking at you like, huh, what's that? So I used to sell medication. So I had this distributor. I get the medication and then I go sell to retail out to chemist shops around my area then. So let's say that you're a sales representative and that you sell medication like I used to do. You have an Excel file, sorry, an Excel sheet where you have listed all the clients. So let's say today was Monday. You went to Nkechi, Emmanuel, and Obi's store. You list out their names. You write the dates. You list out the names you went there, and then you list the quantity of of medication that you sold to them. Say you gave Nkechi 1 carton. You gave this person 2 cartons. Now, what's the cost price in another column? This is still your listing and organizing. What's the cost price of 1 carton? So let's say the cost price is 2,000. So the person you gave 1 carton, you gave this person 1 carton, cost price is 2,000. You write it. You will now have another column where you need to now find out the revenue that you're expecting from that person. So now this is analyzing and transforming that data. Then you can now do the quantity that you supply them times the cost price. And then it gives you exactly how much, sorry, not cost price, now unit price. That gives you how much in its own column. Now, the difference here is that even if you have 1,000 clients that you supplied product in one day, when you use Excel to list and organize your data, you don't need to start calculating for each person one by one. You will see this when you go into the Excel class. No, even if you've supplied 1,000 people, as long as the moment you went to one person's shop, you supplied them, you went into your Excel file, you wrote their names, wrote how much quantity you gave them, and then the unit cost. As long as you did that, once you sit down at the end of the day, all you need to do is for the first person in your list, just do that calculation, and it will calculate the whole 1,000 for you within 30 seconds. Or less. That's why you need Excel, because it makes your life so much easier, irrespective of what you do. So that's how you can use Excel to analyze and transform your data. So let's say you have, the data you actually listed and organized is the quantity that you gave this person, which is 2 cartons, and then the unit cost per carton, which is 2,000. When you now get home, you will have to analyze that data and transform it by trying to find out how much revenue you are expecting from each client. Then, when you get that, you can then subtract your revenue minus your cost price to get your profits. And like I said, you can do these things with your pen and paper and your calculator, right? But when you use Excel to do it, Excel has a capacity. Sorry, forgive me if I think how many? 1 million rows? Maybe 100,000 rows. In that 100,000 rows at once, it does it with one click. This is something you would have been doing when you finish for one person, you calculate again for the next person, and then you start getting tired, wear and tear. And you're even prone to mistakes. As a teacher, that's why when you finish calculating your students' results and you send them back, your head teacher will look at it and send it back to you and say you made a mistake. But when you use Excel to do it, you don't just do it fast with speed, you also do it with accuracy, and you do it with steez. Like your steez will be on point. When other people are struggling to return their own in 10 days, you brought your own back in 6 hours or less. So first you use Excel to list and organize your data. You use it to present your data. You can now also use it to analyze and transform your data. As a data analyst, yes, so Augusta has teased, like, who wants to be doing 1980 things in 21st century? Nah, we do things with style and at ease. With style and at ease. No, nobody is doing all of this stress again. When life has made things easier for you. Nah. You see, so now as a data analyst, I do a lot of analysis. and a lot of transformation. Because most times your data won't come the way you want it. So if you have Excel, you can then transform it. One way you can transform data, as a teacher, sorry, I have a bias for teachers because I'm a teacher as well. So one way you can also transform data as a teacher is that you need to, when you have the individual scores of your students. I used to be a lecturer, like I said earlier. So you will have a column where you have the attendance score. As a lecturer, I give scores for my attendance. If you make 90% attendance, you have 5 marks. If you attend my classes 90%, you have 5 marks already. So you've already scored 5 over 100 just for attending my classes 90%. The school says, attendance is, I don't know whether it's 75%, yeah. But me, personally, as lecturer team, the only with them, if you attend 90% of my classes, you have already scored 5 marks free of charge. Because I do not believe that you would attend my classes and not learn a thing. I'm not of the school of thought that exam is the true test of knowledge. Absolutely not. But then, we need to write exams. It's what it is. But I do not believe that you would attend my classes, you will attend 90% of my classes, and your brain will still be empty. It's not possible. So because of that, I give you 5 marks. So I have a place where, an Excel sheet where I track the attendance. So I'm sure for teachers, you track the attendance of your students. So you have a column where you put in their scores for attendance, and then you have their scores for assignments, and then you have their scores for tests or assessments, and then you now have their final score for, you're a good teacher. Thank you, Thomason. Thank you. You're kind. Now, you now have another column for what's it now? The actual exam. So the data you have as a teacher is data on attendance, on tests, sorry, on assignments, take home assignments, on assessments, that's tests, and then on the final exam. Yeah. So 4 different scores. But for you to get the final grade of the student, you need to transform that data. You need to analyze that data. So what you need to do, you need to add them all up. Yeah, you need to add them all up. And so there's a function in Excel that you can use to add it up. And it doesn't matter whether you have 2,000, 5,000 students in your school. You just need to calculate it for the first person on the row, just one person. And bam, bam, it does it for the rest of everybody else. You don't need to do anything else. So when you get that final score, that's you transforming that data. And then if it's at the end of this academic year, which is at the end of the 3rd term, when you now have to divide their scores by 3, I guess, that's also another way of transforming the data. You can also use Excel to transform data by dividing the final score by 3 to get what the end of the term is. Sorry, the end of the session score is. Now, you can also want to find out, do some exploration if you're a proprietor or a CEO or you own the organization, you own the lab. You may want to find out how many how many females do I get here as in my outfit, in my establishment? Do I sell more to males or to females? That's analysis. Now, if I sell more to females, is there a way now when you've done that analysis, because finding out that you sell more to females than to male is an analysis, yeah? Now, you can then decide to make an informed decision from that analysis you've done. So let's say you find out that you're selling more to females. Then the next question will be, do I want to be selling more to females or do I want to attract more male clients? Okay, so what do I now do to attract more male clients? You see, you've analyzed that data and it's now helping you to begin to make informed decisions. Now, if you're selling more to females and that is exactly what you want to be doing, you want to have more females than male attending your thing, that's fine. Okay. Now, the females I'm selling to, what are their age grades? Okay. So I'm selling most of my clients are, people that are between the ages of 25 and 40. I see. Okay. What is the economic power of those between age 25 and 40? Now, what I'm doing now is called business intelligence. This is another thing you can do with Excel, with the information you get out of Excel for your business or whatever it is you do. So, what's the purchasing power? If I'm a business person, now what I'm doing now is, like I mentioned, is business intelligence. If the age group of those who are coming to my outfit are between 25 and 40, what is the purchasing power of these people compared to those between 40 and 55 or 60? I'm not a business person, Sha, but in my small business head, I'll be thinking those that are between. Kelechi wants to, sorry, please, can you mute your Kelechi, please, can you mute yourself? Can you mute your microphone? Thank you. Thank you. So now, I would personally think that the purchasing power of those between 40 and 55, 60 will be higher. Number one, because these people, if they started business earlier, they don't balance more. And then they are most likely, married with children who are grown. Their children, if they send them small money. So I feel that this set of people should have more money. So I want to be attracting more of these people. And you hardly see Odogunwai within the age range of 25 to 40. They are more like 40 and above. So what do I need to do to attract this kind of people? This is the kind of thing you can do with Excel. So when you have this information, it helps you. Just like a woman who sells fruits on the roadside. Okay. So let's say she sells fruits like apples, oranges, watermelon, okay, and apple, oranges, watermelon, banana. Good. Now, these four fruits now, I've left Nigeria for a while, so I don't really know. But I know that when I was there, of these four fruits, apple is the most expensive, used to be the most expensive of all of them. I don't know whether it's still so. Does everybody agree with me? Apple, watermelon that is already cut, so those ones they cut and put in waterproof. So apple, watermelon, oranges, and banana. Which of them is the most expensive fruit? There. Is it still apple as of today? Anybody? Is it still apple? Yes. Okay. Thank you, Rhoda. So let's say apple, okay, is the most expensive of them all. Yeah. Now, you know that let's say there are two people in the same place that sell exactly the same four fruits. Yeah. And then one person sells more of, let's say that apple is the most expensive and oranges are the cheapest of all the fruits. Let's say that the lady on one side who sells, one side of the fruit has like 10 people who come to her every day, but they buy more of oranges and watermelon. And then the other lady on the other side also has people who come, like maybe this one has like 10, 15 people a day. Another lady has like 6 or 7 people a day that come to her shop, but they buy majorly apples and bananas. Now, if these two people are not keeping records and they don't have hardcore data, the person who keeps having people coming to her shop, like 15, 20 people selling oranges and watermelon, might be happy that she's having traffic, but she's expending more energy and getting less money than the person who serves 5, 6, 7 people a day selling apples and bananas that are more expensive. She might be making 5 times more profit than the other person is making. But if the other lady who sells more of the other, the small fruits, sits down to analyze her data, look at the kind of clients that she attracts, she can then decide, okay, since this is going more for me, do I want to keep serving more people, expending more energy? Or do I want to find a way to attract people who will buy the high cost this fruits from me, so that I'm getting even more profit and spending less time? Can you say that even to the roadside seller of fruits, if you're here and your mommy sells akara and bread, you still need Excel information to help her manage her data, to help her manage her clients? Who says that you people cannot, with the data you've gotten of the kind of people who come to buy for you? I hope you understand that there are people who come, who pack cars to buy akara. So why is it that all the people who are coming to buy akara from you are people who are on foot, or come to buy 200 naira akara? Why can't you be supplying akara to those who are doing conferences? And who told you can't have akara and akamu as with tin of milk as food in a conference? When you have Excel as a skill and you use it to analyze and transform your data, you will get insights that will now help you plan ahead, improve on your business, or make a U-turn from where you are and go to where you can do better. Which is where I'm going to come back to that teacher who made mention that the IT department does the marking for them. Who says you should remain a teacher? Why can't you elevate and go to the IT department? Or you think that you earn more as a teacher than those with the IT department? Absolutely not. I can bet that you don't. So why don't you upgrade? And I can bet you that what they use to do that thing in that IT is Excel. Okay, so I've mentioned a few things. Now, these are just a few things that you can do with Excel. You can then go back and do some more digging for yourself and find out, because our time is limited. Now, do you know that if you're building a house or carrying out any project at all, that you need Microsoft Excel to help you plan? Yes. Part of the reasons why we start things and we don't complete them is because we don't gather information and we don't plan them well. With Microsoft Excel, you can list all the people that you need, like all the different steps that you need to carry out the project, which is the building project. You can list out what you feel the estimated cost of them. You can list out those that you feel would be, what in project management, which is part of what I do. There's something we called risk issues, dependencies, and assumptions. For every task that you do, there are dependencies. For every project you carry out, there are dependencies on those projects. Dependencies means those that if this does not happen, then this cannot happen. For example, let's say you're building a house, right? For you to roof the house, you need the carpenter to have come and done the skeleton of the roof of the what is it called again? Say skeleton. That's that thing you use plank to do before you now put the zinc on it. So for the zinc work to happen, it is dependent on the wood work, the skeleton work of the roof. So it's a dependency. When you have it, you can use Excel. I'm going to open Excel and then show you different things that you can use it for. Yes, the skeleton. So the roofing is dependent on the it's like Nassim, we go to sleep for that conference. I don't know for you people that say that can makes you sleep. It doesn't make me sleep. Oh, sorry. I don't know. Yeah, well, that was so funny. Okay. So when you're carrying out a project, you can use Excel to organize it. You can put in step by step. This should happen on this date. This should happen on this date. And you begin to tick things off. You can use what we call conditional formatting to format your data, so that once something changes, once the situation of something changes, the color changes or something changes to tell you that this is done. You will learn all of this in the Excel thingy, that you're going in to do. So you can use it for your project planning. Now, what are the benefits of Excel? I need to start rounding up. What are the benefits of Excel? Remember, I've listed you the things you can do, how you can use it. What are the benefits? When you learn this skill, which Dahel Techies has graciously is giving you on a platter of gold. I just can't believe this. It blows my mind. This time I think that this class is free of charge. And no, me that is talking to you is not free of charge. Mr. David has to pay me. I'm not here to talk free of charge. Just so that you understand what you have and what you're being offered, and so that you don't take it lightly. He has to pay me to be here, because I won't come and talk free of charge. But you're paying nothing to be here. Now, so what are the benefits? First, I think I've already mentioned the first one. It will make you valuable in your current role. It will make you valuable in your current role. So whatever it is you're doing now, thank you, Theresa Bernard. Who is the admin here? Can you pin Theresa Bernard's analysis of what we've just done? The things that I mentioned about how you can use Excel, so that those who missed it can see it. There's a comment by Theresa. Daniel, please, the admin, can you pin it? So it helps you become valuable in your current role. And if you've been following me, you can see how valuable you can become where you work. Let's say you're a receptionist or a customer service representative or whatever, where you work. And part of your job is that at the end of every day, you have to come to your oga and tell him, okay, we got so clients today, we got this amount of money today, this is the expenses that we had today, and this is the balance. Shebi na pen and paper you dey use to write am. Apologies to those who are not Nigerian. Sorry, I'm not apologizing. I'm a Nigerian. Apologies. It just has to keep coming out. Niger cannot hide. So shebi na pen and paper you dey take write am. Yeah, you use pen and paper to write it. Now, with the knowledge that you will gain from this class, at the end of this class, okay, you are going to be able to stop using pen and paper. You can insert a simple chart that at the end of the day, either with your phone or with your organization's laptop, when your guy is expecting you to bring pen and paper to him, you're carrying your laptop and you're showing him a simple chart that shows these are the products that we sold, so this is how much we made from each product, this is this. How do you think he will start seeing you? Your steez go high in that job. Your value will increase. Imagine that as the owner of a tailoring factory, or whatever you call your thing, that's what it is. Let's say a tailoring outfit. Instead of waiting for your head intern or whatever it is, to always come, you can create an Excel sheet, password it, hand it over to your head intern, or wherever it is, whoever is the head of your staff. Okay, hand it over to them. Where anybody comes in, they put in data there. Anybody comes in, they put in the data of the person, what the person came to do, how much they paid, what their balance is, and you just sit in your office, nobody needs to come at the end of the day to come and be giving you reports, because before the day ends, you're already seeing what they are doing. Because when you have created from the knowledge you're going to get here, if you apply it, you can create an automated Excel sheet with simple Excel functions, host it on either OneDrive or Google Drive, and then give access to one or two persons who enter the data there. Once they enter it, you can see it. And so nobody needs to, you save time. Nobody has to come and waste another 15, 20 minutes giving you reports. And then even if you travel out of town, as long as they are entering that information in real time, you're getting it wherever you are. Tell me waiting, CEO pass like that. You don't pass. CEO no pass like that. So it helps you. The benefit of learning Microsoft Excel is that it helps you get better in your current role. It helps you get better in your current role. Imagine as a teacher, other people return their results in 3 days or in 1 week. You return your own in 1 day or in half day self. Other people want to know, what's going on? How did you do it? How you do? You improve your value. You improve your value. When I started working as a biomedical scientist, let me give you an example. CEO is also based on money. Of course, all these things will improve, will give you money. You can better manage your money. You can better manage your money that way. There's just so much you can do. I want to give you this example as I begin to round off with this, on this benefit of how you can improve yourself in your current role. Now, this is not about Microsoft Excel, sorry. This is even more about Microsoft Word. So in my current, what I'm trying to say generally is that when you pick up a new skill, and in your case now, which is Microsoft Excel, it increases your value in your job. So when I was working as a medical scientist, my outfits then were trying to get ISO certified. And part of the process of getting ISO certified then was that the council have to come and first do their assessments of your lab before the international people, will now come. So, and part of what they needed at that time, what we needed at that time was, standard SOPs that were well, written out neatly, everything well done. There was nobody else in our outfit of over 20 people that could do it. My boss was already running helter skelter within a very short. How do we get SOPs? I just woke up and told him, okay, don't worry, I'll do it. He was like, how will you do it? I told him I have a laptop and I know how to use Microsoft Word. All I need to do is to, get all of the leaflets on all the reagents that we use and currently what our bench aids are. And then those of us who are medical lab scientists to understand what I'm saying. Now, if you don't understand it, it's fine. So I just wanted information from that. From that, I will then do some research and then be able to get us a standard SOP. And he was like, if you pull this through for me, I will increase your salary. And it wasn't a joke. It wasn't a joke. I went to work with that knowledge, my little knowledge of Microsoft Word. I was able to put together all of that, and I came up with an SOP in less than 1 week for all of over 30 tests that we do in our lab. I put it all together, sent it to him. He reviewed it, we bound it, and all of that. The end of the month, my salary went up. Within 3 months, I was made a manager. So can you see how learning a new skill can improve you where you are working at the time? Plus, just give me 1 second, okay? I told you I have managers here who have come in. Let me take my baby out, please. 1 minute. Thank you. So can you see that by just learning a new skill, you can prove on yourself where you are at the time? So by learning what you've come to do now, don't take it as a joke because you can use it to improve yourself where you are currently. It can also position you, what you're about to learn, Microsoft Excel you're about to learn, can also position you to climb up to senior roles. So because you can do this, let's get you up. I bet you there's no COO or CEO or CTO or any O or anything that is high up there that doesn't know how to use Excel. Go and check. In the corporate world, there is none. You must at least have a basic knowledge of how to use Microsoft. It is an unwritten code. Unwritten code. It's not written anywhere, but it is a code. You must know how to use Excel. So if you want to grow up, it's an added advantage for you. It makes you versatile. It makes you versatile. For example, when you are done with this training, you're going to learn how to do data entry because you're going to be entering data into Excel. You will learn how to analyze it. You will learn how to transform it. You will learn how to insert charts. You learn how to present it. You will learn how to put basic and advanced tools. And you know what? You can work anywhere. Just like that teacher lady I'm speaking to now. The reason she thinks that she cannot work as an IT is because she has not gained the IT skills. I used to be a biomedical scientist. As a biomedical scientist, I was limited to working in the hospital and in the lab alone. But as it is today, I can work anywhere because I learned a new skill. I can work in a hospital, I can work in the bank, I can work in the telecoms industry, I can work in the transport industry, I can work anywhere. I can work anywhere. So it makes you versatile. That my teacher lady can transform from being a teacher to working in the IT. So it makes you versatile. These are some of the benefits that you gain from this. And then you can also find out that you can decide to change your career path. Oh, yes. You can change your career path at the end of the day. I came to the UK to study biomedical sciences, which is what I've known all my life. I practiced biomedical science for 11 years. Oh, and I lived in Aba. For those of us who come from Aba, you know Excellence Lab. I worked there. And if you live in Aba and you ever used Excellence Lab, then you know me. You would have known me. Because after my guy told me, I was damn so good at my job. It's not pride, it's tease. I was good. I was not just a biomedical scientist working on the bench. I was a lecturer. I was teaching at the University of Abia State University. I was teaching the final year students, helping them prepare for their final year exams. I was also teaching at College of Health in Aba. So I was good. I was combining those three things. And so when I left Nigeria and came to the UK, I was like, I'm coming to the UK to transfer whatever it is I was doing in Nigeria all the way, down here, gain international exposure and all of that. So I came here and learned biomedical and studied biomedical science here in the UK. And I graduated with a distinction. I did myself well. I grew, so I was ready for the job market. But you know what? Things changed. For those of us who live abroad or those who have people who live abroad, you'll find out that with children abroad, your life changes. And then when you also have newborn, it's a whole new level. Those of us in Nigeria, people don't know what God did for you people. Because if you don't have neighbor that will carry baby for you, you have your mother who can leave whatever it is she's doing to come and stay with you for as long as you want. Or you can even hire, help that won't break your bank, to have. But here, you don't have all those things. So my priorities had to change. And because I had to take the time to do exactly what you're doing now, to pick up new skills, I learned data analysis. Today, I work from home and I can take care of my family. I can do my job. I can also do my part-time job as a career coach. So picking up a new skill like you're about to pick up now can change your life forever. It can change your career trajectory. It can make your life easier. And you can find out that what you're doing, I've come to find out something, and I learned this through my coaching business by interacting with people. I find out that people are limited based on what they know. There's just so much. After writing and imputing properly figures for each person in the row, what's the figure to put in the first row to total for everyone from top to bottom? Thank you, Sojoy, for that question. This is not like the technical aspect of the class. This is the introduction. You're going to learn that in the class. Go, go, go. So hold your horses. Okay? Hold your horses, Sojoy. Hold your horses. You're going to learn that in the class. I'm so happy that you're already curious to find out. You're going to learn that in the class. Okay. Now, sorry, now I've forgotten what I was trying to say. Okay, I was talking about people being limited based on what they know. So my coaching job has taught me that there's so much to one person. There's so much ability in one person. There's so much capacity in one person. Unfortunately, you can not grow beyond the capacity of your knowledge. You cannot grow beyond the capacity of the information that you have at hand. And so when you do not know that this other thing is possible, you will just be doing what you do, thinking that that's all there is to it. And that's one thing that learning a skill like Microsoft Excel does for you. It helps you see a world of possibility. It helps you see that there's so much more that they can be to your life. It helps you see that there's so much more that you can do better than you're doing at the moment. Okay, at this time, I will be wrapping up. But before I do that, I'll take some time to mention a few things that you'll be expecting to learn in this class. Sorry, let me get the outline for that. I'm sure that those of you who saw the adverts anywhere else, outside would have known already, but I'm just going to run through the things that you have to expect in this class. So in the basic tools, you're expecting to learn data entry, how to put in data into Excel, how to insert and format charts, how to use formulas and functions, which is what Sojay was asking, how to do cell referencing, how to sort and filter, how to insert basic charts and pivot tables, how to use logical functions, how to conditionally format, how to validate your data, and how to use conditional functions. Those are the things you're going to be learning in the basic. And then for those of you who are going to be continuing into the advanced classes, you're going to be learning how to use lookups, VLOOKUPs, XLOOKUPs, HLOOKUPs, index match, Power Query, VBA, and macros. And then for a bonus, Mr. Davis says you're going to learn how to get jobs using your Microsoft Excel skills. And let me tell you that, let me mention this here, that most data analysts I know, myself inclusive, do 70% of their jobs with Excel. I tell you that for free. A good percentage of, you see that name, data analyst, they do their jobs with Microsoft Excel. And what did they do? No pass this thing. I'm going to tell you something now. Don't tell anybody. Just make sure you don't tell anybody. I don't want to hear it outside here. And if you don't hear it, I won't say it again. I had a task in my office. When was that? Today is Saturday. It was on Thursday. I had a task in my office. Marketing manager had some marketing data that she gathered. You see, I brought down my voice because I don't want somebody else to hear it. I want only you to hear it. So she had a marketing task that that needed some work to be done with the data so that she can continue with what she did. So they had some information and they didn't know how to do it. So they came to me, a senior data analyst. Hey, Chimdi, sorry, this is what we want to do. I don't know, is there a way you can do it? If I have to do this, I have to do it manually. This is about 800 data here, and to do this one by one for each person, it's a lot of work. I was just wondering if with your expertise, there's anything you can do for us. I mean, I don't know. Blah, 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 blah. As he was just explaining, I was like, what did I need to do? XLOOKUP. And she was like, sorry, please, how long is it going to take you to do this? I need this thing in 3 days. And blah, blah, blah. I was like, to maintain my steez, I was like, okay, 3 days. Oh, wow. I have a lot of work on my hands. I'm not sure, but you can pull me over. I'm sure I'll find a way to squeeze it in. Are you sure? Oh, yes, I'm sure. No worries at all. If I can't make it in 3 days, I'm going to let you know. XLOOKUP did not take me 5 minutes. I've looked it up and I sent it back to her the next day. And everybody was like, wow, oh, Chimti, this is amazing. But you're going to learn XLOOKUP for free here. Remember, I told you, don't tell anybody. So you see, data analyst, they do data analyst. a good percentage of the work you do is still with Excel. Thank you, Webu Gospel still maintained. Would I now come and tell you to not take me 3 days? I'll tell it to take me 3 days, but I'll return it to you the next day so that my steeds can be high. Thank you, because Rosalind, don't tell anybody, please. Don't tell anybody. So, can you see that what you're about to learn here is no joke? So you can actually get a job. You can actually get a job, like Oro. I don't know what you call it in Yoruba language. With Cynthia, if you tell anybody, I'll tell my mommy for you. Well, if you tell somebody, I'll tell my mommy for you. And you will not be my friend again. Okay. Teresa, thank you. You're a better person. So I want to quickly share an Excel page with you. I know most of us would have seen what Microsoft Excel is like, but that's fine. If you already know it, it's fine. If you do not know it, this is just an opportunity for you to take a look at it while I wrap up this class. I don't tire. Okay. Give me 1 minute. Let me see if I can share my screen successfully here, and this will be the last part of this class. So give me a few seconds. I'm trying to share my screen. What's going on? Grisha. Okay. Can you see my screen now, please? Those of us who are up here, Mayowa, Clems, Chidema, can you see my screen?
Not yet, I can't see it.
Oh. Is it same for everyone? Is there anybody else that can see it? Can you see like an Excel something?
No.
Can you see good afternoon? No.
Not yet.
Okay. Not yet. Okay. Stop sharing. Try again. Share screen. Share entire screen. Share. Got it. Is it up now?
No, ma'am.
Oh,
No, it's not. Okay. I'm not sure why. It should be. I've done what ought to be done. Okay, I'm not sure why the screen has refused to share, but it's telling me I am sharing. I can see here it's saying StreamYard is sharing your screen and your audio. So I'm not sure why that has not come up. Stop screen. So I've just stopped sharing now. So it was showing me that I was sharing, but I don't know why. Okay, that's fine. It's a shame, but I'm sure that whoever is going to be taking you in the first session of the classes would show you that. I just wanted to, show you what it looks like and to show you that with Microsoft Excel, especially if you have the most recent version of Microsoft Excel. I don't know about the older versions. It comes with templates. So, oh God, I don't know why. Present, share screen, entire screen. Should I say? No, it's not a tab. Window. Let me see if it will work now. Is it sharing now?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay. All right. So I just wanted to show us. The different kind of templates. So when you open a fresh Excel, when you're trying to open an Excel workbook, it gives you the share as an administrator. It's not, Kenneth, it's not giving me the option of saying share as an administrator. I'm just seeing share screen. Share screen. There's no place yet that's saying share as an administrator. It's okay, no worries. Screen sharing is pending. I want to share my entire screen. So I wanted to show us the different kinds of templates that you can have in Excel. So, for example, you are a project manager. Microsoft Excel already has a template for you that you can use to plan your projects. All you need to do is just input what you want. If you're a home manager, you're like a home manager, like you are a full-time mom at home and you want to plan, your activities and your tax. Even if you're not a home manager, like your personal tax planner, Excel has an already automated template for you that you can use. If you want to manage your monthly budget, Excel has a template for you that you can just download to use. Your weekly chores, you have children in the house, Excel has all those things for you. You have academic academic planner, you want to plan, you work with a loan agency, something that has to do with finance. There are just so many things that you can do. I just wanted to show us that in case we did not know, but I'm sure that we will all eventually get to find out and then show us what an Excel sheet looks like, where you can put in things in columns and rows. But I'm sure that when you get into the class properly, we should be in your next class, hopefully, you'll be able to see those things. And then you can then relate the things I've talked about now on how you can list your things, organize them in columns and in rows, and then be able to analyze them. Okay, that's fine. I think I've exhausted everything that I've got in my kitty for you today, and I'm hoping that you did get some value at all. I'm sure a couple of us would have some questions. So now is the time to ask your questions. Please don't ask me too much questions. I'm an orphan. My mommy is not here. That will help me to cry. So please ask me small questions, not big one. Okay, so I see one question here. What's the similarities between Excel and Google Sheets? A lot of similarities. They are both spreadsheets and they are both used for the same thing. But while Google Sheets is hosted by Google, you have it in the Google back end. Excel is for Microsoft, and Excel has more versatility and acceptance than Google Sheets has got. Google Sheet has also got, some good things that are not there in Excel, but it hasn't got the same level of widespread acceptance as Microsoft. Okay, so I guess that answers that, but they basically do the same thing. It's just that their UI, user interface, and then their UX, user experience, are not the same. Personally, I'll use Google Sheets for personal things, but for official things, I always go for Microsoft. All right. Thank you, Mrs. Chimdema. Thank you so much, Favor. Thank you, Judy. Thank you, Gwebu Godswill. Thank you, Chikizie. Thank you, Iziora. Thank you, Asomta Uchechi. Thank you, Nenonwaha. Thank you, 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 thank you. Okay, have I got any questions? My question is, can we say Excel is a mathematical tool? From the class today, it seems it's mostly used to sort mathematical values. Yes and no. Excel deals with numbers. It helps you sort numbers, yes. So you can use it as a mathematical tool. But if I had shown you what I wanted to show you now, then you can see that it can be used more than just a mathematical tool, because it can help you organize your life. It can help you organize to-do list, plan a party, plan a project, do so many other things with the different templates that it has brought out for you. So it's a yes and no. on whether it's a mathematical tool or not. Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you, Ogochupu. Thank you, Mary Ayomide. Thank you, Kenneth. Thank you, Oluwafikemi. This one is really valuable. I love the way you explained everything. Thank you so much, ma'am. Aw, you're so kind. Thank you. Prince Patrick, when is the next class? I'm sure Mr. David would get to you. You should be in a WhatsApp group or something. So there will be a message. There'll be a message there for you. Thank you, Ediri. Thank you, Boma. Thank you. Oh, Boma, Boma, Boma. Thank you, Lower Foods. Thank you, Ediri. Thank you, Amarachi. Thank you, Chenna. Thank you, Celestine. Thank you, Juliet. Thank you, Chidima. Thank you, Blessing. Thank you, Chini. Thank you, Faith. Thank you, Tochi. Thank you. Ma, do you need only Excel to be a data analyst? No. Capital N-O. No, 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 no. You need more than Excel to be a data analyst. What's the difference between Excel and SQL? Excel is a tool that you use to analyze data. SQL is a tool that you use to query databases. That's the difference. Please, can I do this with my phone? Yes, but you'll be limited. If you must go into the IT, you need a laptop. Thank you, Rhoda. Thank you, Fon. Thank you, Chimoke. Thank you, Ejiofor. Thank you, DU Extra Gigantic Snails. That's nice. Thank you. Follow you immediately on LinkedIn. No, thank you, Kenneth. Hey, God, thank you for following me on LinkedIn. Please feel free to follow me on LinkedIn. Feel free to follow me on Facebook. Feel free to follow me everywhere. Let's be following each other up and down, bumper to bumper. How do we manage projects with Excel? I think I tried to explain it a little bit. And Excel also has some project planner tools that you can use. I wish I could share my screen, but I couldn't. But Google it. Excel has a template, a project planning template that you can use for that. Thank you. I'm an accountant and I'm looking forward to more knowledge. Absolutely. As an accountant, you really, really need Excel. You really, really need Excel. You'd like it. You'd love it. You're not answering my questions. Ewo, sorry, what's your question again? Oh, where's the person that said I'm not answering her questions? Sorry, I didn't see it. Can you answer the question again, please? The person who said I'm not answering her questions. Thank you, Faustina. Dalurin. Thank you, Give. Thank you, Ronke. Onyeje Chioma, please, can you ask your questions again? I didn't get them. Etimbok, thank you very much for your lectures. Improve and increase my database. Oh, wow. You get database already inside Brain. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Smith. Thank you, Patsy Moran. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you, Prince. The difficulty I experienced recently in my studies has almost scared me from pursuing a career path as a business analyst, which I studied as the master's level in the UK. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, your guy on us. You can reach out to me if you like. Maybe I could talk with you and help you get some clarity, but it won't be free of charge, sorry. So if you'd like to reach out to me, that's fine. We could book a session and talk through what your difficulty is. I know how difficult it is to study in UK as an international student. Take it from me. I've had my fair share. It wasn't easy when I did it. It wasn't. But you'll get through. So if you'd like to speak with me, that's fine. I'm happy to. Kingsley has remained. What's your LinkedIn handle? My name is Chimdemom, but you can see my name does not change. It's not like those of us who answer Steez Devo on Facebook, then we come else and answer that thing. I have one name everywhere. So if you want to see me on Facebook, on LinkedIn, my name is Chimdemom everywhere. Everywhere I go, like MTN, my name is stable. Thank you, Eli. Thank you, Augusta. Thank you, Owu. How long will it take me to successfully switch careers? You need answer some questions before you get here, Obu Victor. Switching careers does not happen like turning on and turning off a light. First, you need clarity. Where are you? Where do you want to go to? What's your gap? Those are the things you need to factor in, and then that will help you assess how long it will take you to. So you need a clarity session to be able to answer that question correctly on how long it will take you to switch careers. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Ayesha. Thank you, Smith. Thank you, Emmanuel. I go home with you're limited based on what you know. Oh, thank you, Emmanuel. That's nice. I'm so glad I was able to impact your life that much. Thank you, Joy. Is Excel cloud-based? Yes. There's a cloud version. and there's also the one you can, keep on your laptop. So there's both ways. I'm thinking, I'm not a cloud technologist, but I'm thinking that if I have something stored, I have something in Excel and I save it on my OneDrive, then it's saved in the cloud now. Because it means even if I lose my laptop or my phone, once I get those things and put my Microsoft login back, it should bring them back. So I think it is, yes. But I stand to be corrected, though. This is why I think it is, because you can't save it on your OneDrive. And then there's this other tool that is called a SharePoint, where anything you save there is like saved and secure. Okay, what else do you need to be a data analyst? You need to know SQL, you need to know, in addition to Microsoft Excel, you need to know SQL, you need to know Power BI, you need to know Tableau, you need to know Python. Yeah, so you need all of that. I'm on your Facebook already, Modily. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Tehila, thank you, Mr. David. Thank you, Mrs. Chimdi. I enjoyed the class. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rhoda. Rhoda is following me everywhere, everywhere I go. I bet follow me. Oh, should we they say they have monetized Nigeria? Hey God, thank you, Rhoda. I appreciate. Thank you, Clara. Thank you, Bodo Cynthia. Thank you, Oge. Thank you, Stanley. Thank you. We all need Excel to excel in life. Absolutely. Absolutely. You need Excel to excel in life. Sharon. Thank you, Imam. Thank you, Sharon. There are some formulas that work on Google Sheet, and when converted to Excel, it scatters. Why? Because they are not the same now. They are not the same. They are not exactly the same. They serve the same purposes, but they may not be exactly the same. I'm not sure why. I've not encountered that. I'm sorry I can't help you any further with that. But I guess if we dig in a little more, we may be able to find out. Okay, so I think we've officially come to the end of this class. God bless you. Thank you, Chukwebo. I've seen a lot of that. Oh no, so it's Chimdima, Chim, not N, Chimdinma, and you can't miss me. My name, Chimdima, you can't miss me. Just put it in, you will find me. Thank you for Stina Jisike Wanemo. Obu Edima, thank you. Thank you, Ejemo Sef Lawrence. Thank you, Ntamere. Thank you for Stina. Thank you, Adegoke. Yes, Chimdima Onwebu is the name. That's the correct. So Chimdinma, N, November Mother Alpha, Chimdima Onwebu. Everywhere you go, LinkedIn, Facebook, those are two places I'm active. I think I'm on TikTok as well, but I'm not very serious there. So Facebook, LinkedIn, you want to get some value from me free of charge, that's where you get them. Thank you, Chini. Thank you, Kemishade. I'm a procurement specialist, but how do I improve my Excel and tech skills and be so good? Starting point, you're here already. So you're already improving. Sorry, let me grab my. So as a procurement officer, you already started. You're already in the right place. So just make sure you follow this class to the end, the 1 month free class, and do whatever assignment you're given. Then you would get better. Thank you for a lecture with Steez. I appreciate you, Abbas. Thank you. Mary Ayomide, thank you, Mary. Thank you, Faustina. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Titilope. Thank you, Strassi. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I don't cheat anybody. I don't tire. My mouth don't they pay me. Thank you, Blessing. Thank you, Blessing. Thank you, Thomason. Thank you, Chuku James. Okay, thank you for yeah. So the person who asked the question whether Excel is cloud-based, Chuku James says, yeah, you're correct. Once saved on Microsoft, you have your logins, your data is saved and handy. So yeah, I think it's saved in the cloud. So can I say I'm in Ibehe? Can I say I'm a data analyst if I learn everything about Excel without knowledge of other data analysis tools? No. To play safe with you? No. Caesar says he won't tell anyone. Please don't tell anyone. If you tell anyone, I'll tell my mommy for you. Advancedly, you can grow beyond your capacity. That's beyond what you know. I'm highly motivated. Thank you. I'm so glad I could motivate you, Advancedly. Blessings. Thank you. Hi, Fiz. Thank you very much. I appreciate Asanta, Fumi, Anna Silas. Yes, one last question. As a beginner, where can I learn data analysis? When you have Dahel Techies here, come on, you're in the right place. Go straight to Mr. David and tell him you want to port immediately to the data analysis classes one time. So Dahel Techies is a recommended place to go learn data analysis. This is where I learned. So if it helps anything. What are the courses needed to learn data analysis? Just go to Mr. David and pay for data analysis class. Yeah. Just go to him and pay. That's and learn. And you can't get it. This is not me trying to promote Dahel, but you can't get it cheaper anywhere. Trust me. You cannot get it cheaper. Any organized class, you can't get it cheaper than what Dahel gives you. I wonder how Mr. David makes money, Sha. But it's okay. Theophilus, what are the courses? Okay, I've answered your question. Yeah, Excel is cloud from Google. Is called Google Sheets. You're correct, Teresa. Thank you, Fred. Thank you, Christian. Thank you, Atta. Thank you. Would there be any projects that can be added to our LinkedIn profile? Absolutely, yes. If you stay to the end of the course, you would have a project. When will the next class be, please? I'm sure Mr. David will get back to you, or I'm sure you're in a WhatsApp group. So in that WhatsApp group, there will always be a message there for you on when the next class is going to hold. Ekemini, my name was not mentioned. Ekemini, 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 Ekemininda, 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 Ekemininda. Is that enough? Should I continue? Thank you, Ekemini. I appreciate you. You've not Christian Tom, thank you, Christian, thank you, Christian, Tom, thank you, Christian, thank you. I hope that's enough, Christian. Onyaja Choma, can you do Excel with your phone? You keep jumping my question. Oh, sorry, Choma. Yes, but I will not advise that. Get a laptop. You won't enjoy it. You won't get the right experience with it. You won't get the right experience. So, Choma, I hope that answers your question. That's good. So you won't get the right experience. You need a laptop to use Excel properly. A team book. Your name is a mega name. Yes, so thank you. Yours too. A team book. Thank you, Babatunde. Thank you, Caesar. Thank you, Oluchi. Thank you, Frere. Thank you, Oguche. I've been so motivated. I appreciate you. Thank you, Onyeka. Thank you. Thank you, Victor. Diane, won't you be the one taking us on these classes? Please don't put words in Mr. David's mouth. I beg you. I beg. Don't put words in Mr. David's mouth. I beg. I'm sure whoever it is that'll be taking you the classes would just be perfect, awesome. Dahel will not give you anything less than the best. Okay, Andrew. I'm sure you're in very safe hands with Dahel. He'll always make sure the right people are taking in the classes. Okay, Oluchi, so how do I become a data analyst? By paying Mr. David to enroll in his data analysis class. That's how you become a data analyst. Okay, I beg, we should be told the amount in advance so we can start paying. Okay, can you please ask this question in your group? Christian, Tom, can you ask this question in the group class? So I'm sure they will in your WhatsApp group. I'm sure they will direct you better there. Is there Amarachi? You're laughing. Are you laughing at me? Okay. Oh, Bumi, he's a God sent. We appreciate Mr. David. Yes, you should appreciate him. It's not easy. Annie Steven, you came in late. Oh, okay. I'm sure there must be a recording that you can listen to. Christian Tom is happy. You're happy now. Okay, what is Dahel's website? I guess it's Dahel Techies and Consults.com. Just Google it. I guess it's www. Mr. David, are you here? Can you hear the question, please? Can you attend to this? Can you look at the scroll? So something is scrolling on my screen. Something is scrolling on my screen. So I'm sure you can find Dahel somewhere that you're welcome to the free master. So see the scroll and see if you can find anything that will help you. When will be the next class? Please ask in the WhatsApp group. You have the right to promote Dahel. Oh, they deserve it. Yes, so and I'm promoting them. I'm doing my best. You've earned my followership. Blessing, Peter. Thank you for following me, Blessing. I appreciate it. I hope you would enjoy my content going forward. Victoria, I'm interested in studying DA. How can I reach Mr. David? Just mention it to your WhatsApp group, and I'm sure any of the virtual assistants will jump on you fast. Christian Tom, thank you. I can't wait to follow you and Mr. David anywhere you go. Oya Wabek, start following me. Facebook, LinkedIn, fast. Onyeja Chioma, thank you. Oguche, I appreciate you. Appreciate you, Faustina. Thank you, Faith. Thank you. Thank you for following me as well. Akoma, thank you for your help and knowledge. Please, how can I join the WhatsApp group? Please, do I have any VA here? Do I have any Dahel Techies VA here? Do I have Kaosharite? Do I have Oluwatobilola? Who is here? Where's I'm sure they'll get back to you. Sorry, give me 1 second. So let me message the VA and see. So I'm just trying to text the VA so they can drop the right information for you. Mm. Okay, so I've just alerted the VA. She's going to find somewhere to drop the message here for you on how you can join the WhatsApp group. Akwama, thank you for your question. Ubong, thank you. I appreciate you. Kochinka, can you drop the details for the data analysis class in the group? Okay, so just ask your question in the group, and whoever the VA is that is in charge of your group would do that. How do I join the group? I've just alerted the VA. She's going to do something, and I guess paste it here so that you can see it. Thank you, Christian. Christian Tom, you're everywhere in my face. So I was after Excel. What could be the next course when one is doing data analysis? It depends on the organized class you join and how their classes are structured. So I don't know what the progression would be, but I'm sure that you can always ask in your group chats and you understand what the Excel progression path is. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Edna. Edna Ayo. Edna Ayo. Edna, thank you. Edna, thank you. Edna, thank you, Edna. Is it enough? Thank you. Thank you, Edna. Thank you, Edna. I'm tired. Onyeje Chioma, how much data analyst class? Please ask in the WhatsApp group if that's okay. Michael, thank you so much. God bless you. Rhoda, you got here through the WhatsApp group, I think. So Rhoda, not everybody got here through the WhatsApp group. Some people may have seen the advert online. I put in an advert on my wall just before I came into this class. So I'm sure a lot of people would have come in through that and maybe saw it advertised elsewhere and came in through that. So everybody not come from the WhatsApp group. Okay, Techies, how do I join the WhatsApp group? The VA is going to come in here any moment and drop it. Victoria Zemenam, you're the best. I'll be following you on Facebook. Thank you, Victoria. You're kind. I appreciate. Okay, Cynthia, I've always followed you on Facebook. Really? Thank you. Thank you for the follow. I hope you've been getting value for your follow, okay, Cynthia. Please, how can I get a practical training? By joining the Health Techies training. That's how to get practical training. Chinwezanya, I must follow you, ma. I beg, follow me, I'll follow you back. Webu God's will. I have followed already on social media, ma'am. Thank you for the value dispensed. I appreciate you, God's will. Indeed, anyone who attends your class and doesn't learn a thing had coconut. Oh, thank you for that validation. Thank you for that validation. I appreciate you, Izzy. I agree with you. That's why I told you that anybody who attends my class when I was a lecturer, you already have 5/100. Whether you write the exam or not, you have 5/100 already. So thank you for validating that. I appreciate you. Thank you. Stanley, for 1 second has passed. I'm missing your voice. My voice is still talking. I've not stopped. Grace, Temi, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you for being here as well. Okay, so Lua Korede has dropped the Health Techies website. So for those of us who were, can you pin it, please? Lua Korede, can you pin it? Can you pin it so those who want to see can see it? Benga, thank you. I guess the class is over. See you in UK by God's grace. Thank you, Faustina. I'll be glad to see you if you're in the UK. Thank you, Margaret. The WhatsApp group, please look down. You will find that Ooh, yes, please. Queen is saying subscribe to Mr. David's YouTube page as an appreciation for all he's doing. So please, if you are happy to, and I would strongly recommend it, please subscribe to Mr. David's YouTube page. Itorobong, thanks you for your steez. Really appreciate the way you introduced the course. Thank you. I hope I was able to motivate you enough to know that you were on the right path, and that I'm hoping that, whatever it is we did here would encourage you to stay on. It's going to be a bit difficult sometimes because some of the functions are easier than others. When you get to the more difficult part of it, if it helps, just remember my face and my smile and how much I try to make this class as interesting as possible for you so that you can carry. I really, really want you to get on to the end of this class, for the whole 1 month or 5 weeks and learn everything there is in here. Okay. Otobong, thank you, Mom. You're such a huge inspiration. I must say, glad to be here. Please let us know what the advanced stage will cost so we can prepare early enough. That's fine, Otobong. Please ask in the group. Okay. All right. I need to run now. Yes, this is the end of the class for today. What to expect in the next class? Please just ask in the WhatsApp group, and the virtual assistant would attend to you to your questions immediately. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I think we have now come to the end of today's class, and I'm hoping that I was able to answer your questions as much as I could, and I've gotten you all prepped, fired, and ready to get on and learn Microsoft Excel. I'll see you at the top where we sit. Ciao. Bye.